Hello, I'm Deniz from Unplugged Commentaries, and we're going to play through NeverDead. It's a pretty good game, but it kind of falls flat on its face. It's mainly because it's one of the worst games I've ever played. But, you know, don't let that discourage you on not playing it. Okay, there we go. Hardcore, because I am insane for achievements. Yeah, we have our two main people right there. Our two main, protagonists. And we are not going to get into the villain just yet. Very nice CG work. It's one of those games that, okay, the game graphics is good, but the CG is done just a bit polished. And those are puppies of a very annoying enemy in the game. And personally, what she just fired would not even put a dent in them. They're that annoying.
Off of me, will ya? You're always on my back, one way or the other.
Ha ha ha! Sexual puns.
Ew, that was so gross. Hello, this is Agent Maximia. Yes, sir.
This is Michelle Ruff. She is known for work in it's very weird. She doesn't get credited that much. Oh yeah, this is Bryce. He's a pretty cool. He has a good voice actor. This is not the main villain, but it is a good start off. Now back to Michelle Ruff. She does not get credited that much. Like, she was the voice of Jill Valentine in Resident Evil Revelations. She was Jenny Jaros in Saints Row the Third. She was Cream the Rabbit in the Sonic the Hedgehog series. She was Rennie Cholo in Resident Evil Degeneration. It was an alright film, but that's not what we're here to talk about, is it? She was Jane. She wasn't credited for that in Lost. In Code Geass, she was Lelouch of the Rebellion. Euphemia Le Britannia. Lelouch via Britannia. Child. By the way, Lelouch is a guy, so that can tell you something. And etc. This has a pretty alright shooter. The guns that Bryce is using right now is, without a doubt, the best guns you could get in the game, but obviously you don't start off with them just from the start when you start the main game. This is just merely the prologue. Mainly it's to dodge, and the more steady your aim is, like you don't move that much, the crosshair won't go down, and you get knocked down like a ragdoll so much. This is a pretty cool way to do like a little intro, like while you're fighting like a boss that can't kill you, by the way. So it's not really that much of a pain. But you don't use your sword that much. NeverDead. One of the most mediocre, worst games I have ever played. Now this is Bryce Boltzmann. He is voiced by my favorite, David Lodge. He is also known in Giga, in Bo 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 Bo. He is, I would think, very well known in Naruto as Jiraiya and Fujin. Another well-known part is he is in Bleach as Zenpachi Zaraki. He's the guy that was with the eye patch, but he did get replaced later in the series with a different voice actor, sadly. He was Derek C. Simmons in Resident Evil 6, and I was like, when I first played through it, I was like, well, hold up. That sounds very familiar. But I would assume that his voice is like, it's not really that hard to tell. Like, but it's a unique voice that you can always tell right away. He is well known for his work in the Power Rangers franchise as Villamax in Lost Galaxy and as Loki in Lightspeed Rescue.
Back to what I was saying. When the hell am I gonna get paid?
Need I remind you of the bill you racked up last time when you demolished the fire department entrance?
I was acting in the line of duty, just trying to earn my bread and butter.
Bread and butter? You don't even eat.
Hey, all I'm trying to say
I do sense like a little copying from, I don't think many people know this, but Devil May Cry, the animated series, it's like Bryce, he's just like doing jobs for the agency, but in the long run everything just like breaks and his bill just ranks up for property damage. And the same thing with Dante. He owes money to a bunch of people. He does jobs, but those jobs tend to include like destroying mass buildings because of very, very mass demons. Which is kind of funny because Bryce and Dante both have dual wielding guns. They both have a sword.
Looks like we're the only loonies
and they have demon properties. So it's a kind of similarity between those two, but
what the hell were they doing in here?
Dante was just done much, much better.
You're more than capable of handling it yourself.
The good thing is you could import
right,
like your experience from other playthroughs. The only thing you can import is weapons. You will have to refine those throughout the campaign. And believe me, that it's kind of like a kick in the rag.
Got it. Stay away from the panties.
So yeah, it's pretty good, but as sooner or later as we go on, the fight scenes does get repetitive, but it's kind of, but we do have like long fight scenes, then we have like a little puzzle maze,
Yes, princess.
or we need to find or activate something.
Arcadia, Bryce, I apologize for
That is our manager from the agency.
Chief, it's no problem whatsoever, sir.
Or chief.
After all, it's early for you
Yeah,
too.
just bust that with the death.
people to be out working at this hour without some support.
Yeah, well, I'm
So
not one
yeah.
of your people.
Ammo isn't really that much of a pain because it's all over the place.
Not bad. I won't be dying anytime soon.
Great to hear it. You've got
But
your
sometimes there
radar. I'll keep
are
tabs on you from HQ.
pains like this,
If you
like
need anything,
the guy is just like talking and why can't I run? I want to get this done over with. I don't want. It's nice to hear a conversation, but in other games you can hear a conversation and go through the game fine. Oh, a nice interesting fact about this game: mostly every building is destructible. Like you can break walls, you can destroy holding structures, like that pillar. But sadly there are a lot, mostly glitches, that can really piss you off. And this is the most broken and annoying feature in the game. Your body limbs comes off. But there is like power-ups to regenerate. And by the way, when you have power-ups, they're not like you could be super overpowered. You have to balance them out. It's like equipping special abilities. There's like a limiter on how much you can equip, which is alright, but in the end of the day, you just want to be overpowered, especially when it comes to this game. Oh yeah, puppies. I hate them. The guns are alright. The pistols are alright for this stage, but the sword is mostly your main focus when it's upgraded. The game does try to influence you on trying to break stuff around the enemies, but it's not done that well.
I'll give it a shot.
His butterfly blade could. Oh, by the way, against these yeah, they just say it. Sadly, these enemies are annoying, especially when you get the other ones, and you can't use guns against them. Mostly the blade ones, which really sucks. And they do this a lot. And it's just not the fact I'm just playing on hardcore mode. It's mostly regular gameplay. Your head comes off so much. It's annoying. Oh, especially when we get to later in the game. And this is what I was talking about. There's some you can do. And sadly, you don't get all of your abilities right there. But you do retain all your experience that you have gotten. So I just buy everything except for extra XP. Because personally, I thought I had enough. You want to get your fire bullets upgraded, gun impact. But everyone has their own play styles. Increased jump would be a good one. Probably when I'm customizing my abilities, I'm gonna cut them out mostly. Gun power, increased jump, it's good. What else? Well, this is all the time we have. I'll see you later on part 2 on Unplugged Commentaries. Later.